Welcome to VVork and our exploration of vRealize operations. In this video, we're going to see another demonstration of how to create tags and tag values in vRealize operations. In this video, we're going to perform another demonstration showing you how to create tags and tag values in vRealize operations. If you think you already got the concept and how to do that, feel free to jump ahead to the next video, but make certain you do see the next video because it makes a very important point about tagging. All right, let's get started here. So in this particular example, what we're going to be doing is once again going into vRealize operations to create a new tag and some tag values. This time we're going to be tagging virtual machines based on what department owns each virtual machine. So our tag, the grouping, is going to be called departments, and the actual labels, the tag values, will be sales and engineering. And we could create additional tag values for the research and development department and executive and so forth, but we'll just stick with 2. Let's go into our lab environment. Now, to set up tagging in vRealize operations, as you know from previous videos, we're going to start by going to Administration. We'll go to Configuration and go to the Inventory Explorer. In the Inventory Explorer, we're going to create a new tag and some tag values by clicking Manage Tags. In this specific case, we want to create a new tag called Departments. But for reasons that I will explain in just a moment here, I'm going to accidentally call it Department. Notice what happens up here. Watch real closely here for a message when I try to update and create a tag called Department. A message flashes by saying resource kind key department already exists. Now, the reason why that's happening is that VMware vRealize operations already has I forget if it's a tag or a tag value, but there's already one called Department. You cannot create a tag with the same name as one that already exists. So what I'm going to do is, this time intentionally give it a different name. Now, I could do as I'm about to do and create departments and have a completely different name, but it would admittedly probably make more sense to use the department tag that VMware's already set up. But let's go with departments. So we'll click Update to create our new tag. And then we'll go over here to add our tag values. We'll click once to add our sales tag value. Remember to click Update. We'll click again to add our next tag value. And this one we'll call engineering. And when we do so, remembering to click Update, we now have a new tag with its tag values. And those are going to show up down here. Actually up above, there we go. I was looking for SLA. That's the previous example. Now we're looking for departments. There's our tag, and here are 2 tag values. Now, you already know that because there's no number after these tag values, that means that those tag values have not been applied to any objects. So let's go find some virtual machines and tag them. Now, I could do so by just spotting them here in this list and dragging and dropping them over, but I don't want to have to go searching through 90, now I'm up to 90 different items, or in your case, probably thousands of objects. So I could search for them by name, like I did in the previous video. 2 videos ago, I searched using the name ESXi. I know that all my host names include that, but there's no consistency in the names of my virtual machines. Some of them are called scale-number, others are called dv-number. So I can't search using their names. But what I can do is go up to VMware's tag called Object Types, go into Object Types, down to Virtual Machine, select the Virtual Machine tag value, and now notice over here on the right, it filters down to just virtual machines. Now if I want to, I can now say, I'm just going to shift-click select a range of VMs. No special meaning to these VMs or the assignments I'm doing here. I'm just picking some VMs. I could click and drag them, but we're not going to drag them onto the virtual machine tag. They've already been tagged that way. Instead, what I'm going to do is scroll down to my new tag and tag values and drag them over to the tag value. So these first 6 or so VMs are now tagged engineering, and I'll just tag the rest of them. Looks like I scrolled a little too far. I'll assign the rest of these the sales tag value. So again, the little trick that we used here, part of this, the purpose of this video is to show you, even though we're trying to assign these tag values, I'm still going to go and either search by name or search by some existing tag value, perhaps one that's been created by VMware, to filter down this list so that it makes it easier, once I've got the list of objects I want to select from, to simply drag them and drop them onto my tag values. Now there's one other thing that I want to show you in this particular video. I'm glad you came to this video and you didn't skip it, because there's one more important thing that I have not shown you that you need to know how to do. Let me deselect everything here. I have some VMs that have been tagged engineering. Let me scroll up and see them all. There we go. There's my 6 VMs that have been tagged with the tag value engineering. If for some reason I want to take that tag value away, for instance, if these are no longer virtual machines that belong to the engineering department, what I need to do is find those objects, in this case virtual machines, one way or another, find those objects. I did so by using my tag value to filter. And then what you're going to do is select one or more of these. I'll select all of them in this case, and drag them to untag. So notice engineering now has not been applied to any virtual machines or any objects. That tag value has been stripped. So there you have it. You now know how to create yet another tag and its tag values, and perhaps more importantly in this video, you've learned how to strip those tags. We have one more video on tagging. Be sure to see this next video because it talks about a very subtle and important point about tagging.